Hello folks, I'm Cooper, and today on Cooking with Cleavers I'll be using my Chinese slicing cleaver, or Chinese chef's knife, to cut up various veggies to put in a roast veggie tray. So I'll cut them up into pieces so I can put them on a tray and roast in the oven. So yeah, I'm using the CCK 1301 today just to demonstrate various chopping methods and uses of the slicing cleaver in your everyday cooking. Here we have some carrots, and basically how you use a chopping motion or a push cut motion to slice carrots into an appropriate size for roasting. It doesn't have to be super precise for this, and I'm not a professional cook or anything, but this is how I slice my carrots nice and quick, like to throw in a pan to roast with potatoes and sweet potatoes and things of those like for roasted veggie dishes. Once you've chopped up all of the carrot, you can easily use the flat of the blade to transfer everything that you've just sliced up onto or into a pan or bowl or whatever you need to move it to. So incredibly quick and efficient for slicing all sorts of veggies. Here we have some sweet potatoes also to be sliced up for baking. This is a very thin piece, so basically just chop that up. Into nice thin slices. And move that on over. I generally use a more push cut than a chopping motion for harder vegetables like sweet potatoes and carrots. Other things it's easier to do a quick chopping motion on, but for these, they're just hard root vegetables, so a push cut with a little bit forward motion is a little bit easier than a straight up and down. So usually a more push cut motion with at least a little bit of forward motion. What's important to remember is to protect your fingertips from the blade by curling the tips back and keeping a knuckle along the side of the blade, and that's for either a push cut or a chop cut. Honestly, I'm not very good at remembering to do that, and often I'll just keep my hand further back, but that makes it a little bit slower and less controlled of slicing. So if you keep your knuckle against the blade for the chopping and move back along the vegetable that you're chopping, you'll have more control and speed in your slicing or chopping. And this is a stainless or a carbon steel blade, so as you go along you need to make sure to clean it off once you stop cutting something, so don't leave it in stuff. So I usually go to the sink, rinse it off, and then wipe it off on a rag. I don't clean it all the way. Here we've got some peppers, red and yellow and green peppers, as you can see, also just to slice up to roast. So for these I'm just slicing them basically just simple push cut, and then I guess I'll cut these in half because I'm just throwing these into roast. So there's that. A benefit of having a Chinese slicing cleaver for basically any cooking is it has such a nice long flat blade. You can cut through long objects that a normal chef's knife would require a lot of rocking to get through. With a Chinese chef's knife, it's basically just you push through straight down and it'll slice through, and that's that. Here for chopping onions for this dish, I'm just gonna cut it into strips, I guess, so I don't really want short, small bits like you would from dicing. So we'll just do that. And then cut those in half and throw them in. If you wanted to dice it, you could do similar to what method you would use with a normal chef's knife or with a cube, and dice through it. I don't really want anything diced in mine, so we'll just do a small bit of it. So that would be dicing it, and you just go all the way through. I want longer slices there for this particular dish. So there you go for onions. Here we have some broccoli to slice up. Broccoli's pretty easy to cut right off of that stem. And then split up into florets. Pretty easy to slice these up into florets and throw in a container. You can also use the stem part of the broccoli and just slice off the outer layers to get to the middle, and that can also be eaten. So garlic in Asian, specifically Chinese cooking, is a pretty big thing. Fortunately, with Chinese slicing cleavers, dealing with garlic is pretty easy because you just pop the skin right off of the garlic with a good whack, and pretty much the skin will just pull right off of your garlic, which makes it nice and easy. Once you've got all the skins off, nice quick like, then you can dice it. You can also use the blade to smash it down more, or some people use the end of the handle to as like a metal, as a mortar and pestle, I guess, to smash the garlic. I just dice mine with a nice chop cut. And that's generally small enough for what I want to do with it anyway. So there's garlic. Again, garlic's pretty acidic, so make sure you wash off your carbon blades right after chopping up garlic if you're doing that. Hey folks, thank you for watching today's Cooking with Cleavers. If you're interested in learning more about Chinese slicing cleavers, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can keep up to date when I upload new videos. If you like the video, please like and share. Thank you very much.